Welcome everybody to Iconic TV Live. Today we're going to continue on a series that is all about how do you have $1 million coaching and consulting practice, and how do you do it in just 1 year? How do you scale from 6 figures to 7 figures in 1 year? Maybe you're at $10,000 a month and you need to 10x that to $10,000 a month. Maybe you're at $5,000 a month and you want to, by the end of this year, go to $50,000 a month. Well, today we're going to lay out a strategy of how you do that. Now, I want to be really clear that this is part 2 of a 3-part series. So we're going to end on Labor Day and the 31st. But right now, I want you to get ready because this is all about scaling your business. This is how I did it and how our clients do it. And I want to give you the secret sauce. I want to show you, if you are a female, how you can be part of that 1.7% of women that actually have $1 million business. If you are a guy, your odds are a little bit better. Your odds are 4%. So 4% of all of the men out there are going to be able to have $1 million business. Now, here's the thing. Anybody can have $1 million business. The question is how soon? And what we like to do is we focus on speed. That's what makes us different, because you can all grow a business. The question is how fast and how long do you want to be running that business, and how soon do you want to be free, to have the freedom to do what you want, where you want, with whom you want, spend what you want, not spend, wake up, not wake up, whatever it is that you want, we want to help you grow that $1 million business. So you are in the right place. This is Iconic TV. And we are going to get started, so hang on to your seat. All right, let's get going. Well, I guess it really wanted to do that intro twice. So I want to let you guys know that, like we always do here at Iconic TV, we give you the 7-figure strategies to grow your business. But on top of that, we give you the tools and the resources that you can take away and start working on right away. So one of the things that we're going to do is I'm going to continue on with this because we have a 3-part series. So some of you already got it done. Some of you still want to do it, right? And so what we have for you today is to make sure that all of these things that I'm going to give you, you're going to learn these principles, and everything is in 4 parts, okay? And in this 4-part strategy, to decide where are you, what do you need to do, right? You don't want to pick a strategy that is for someone doing something completely different. So what we're going to do is have you take a quick quiz, and that quiz will help you figure out, where am I? Which strategy do I need? And how quickly can I get there? So if you do want to take that quiz, all you have to do is write #quiz and take that quiz. It's part of this whole formula that we're teaching you. It's the SOAR formula, and all of its 4 parts. How did we come to this formula after it's been out about 17 years now? So this is not something new. It's not pandemic produced. It is something that's been out there for a long time and tested with my clients for many years in 32 different industries. So when you have a philosophy and a process that works in multiple industries and stands the test of time, then that's something that you're going to want to follow. All right. So we want you to take the quiz. All you have to do is write #quiz, and we will get that to you. Because here's the bottom line. Most people think in this day and age, we all know that you've got to have, you've got to be visible. You've got to be credible. You've got to be profitable. But now what's happening, people are so confused. They don't know where to go and what to do. And so they're trying to go broad. They're trying to go really wide. And what we're trying to do is teach you how to scale up, not scale horizontally. That's the kiss of death. You will burn out. You will be overwhelmed. You'll be frustrated and stressed and struggling and always trying to hustle. That is the exact antithesis of what we teach. So we teach a scientifically backed formulas. And so on part 2 today, we're going to show you the process, and then we're going to show you the science behind the success, what you actually have to do and why it works, because your brain works in a different way. If your brain knows why something works, it will do it. But if you don't know why it works and you're just copycatting everybody else, you're going to get stuck. So a lot of people think that it's a vanity play. right? To have that kind of freedom that it's a vanity plane, we're saying no. It's not about vanity metrics. You don't have to have 100 million followers. You don't need a group with 500,000 people in it. And you don't need to be Insta famous every day, 4 times a day on TikTok and have, oh, I have a thousand likes. I have 100,000 likes. I had 1 million views, right? How much is that in your pocketbook? Okay. If it was $1 a person, that would be great. But show me the people that are new that are making $1 million just off of TikTok. It's going to be a very small handful, right? And they might be in a certain niche that is just in a fad moment. So here's what your real metrics are. Your real metrics that we're going to talk about today is results. And if you can get results for your clients, that is the way that you're going to scale your business. For example, this is based off of the case study of taking our business from 0 to 1.4 million in 9.5 months. And what did we have to do to that? We didn't have any vanity metrics, right? We did it off of 700 leads. Imagine that. And if you didn't have to hustle like crazy trying to get all these leads, I need leads, I need leads. Well, maybe you don't. Maybe what you need to do is come up with a formula that actually creates results. Imagine that. Okay. So that is what we're teaching. Everyone else is here. I'll show you how a tactic to have leads. I'll show you a tactic to get more likes. I'll show you a tactic to get your video seen, okay? But it doesn't work, right? Why doesn't it work? Because it doesn't pass the stress test, right? And when you put it under stress, does that work? Does that actually hold true as you're trying to scale your business and grow different elements? Now, I also know that I do tend to talk a little bit fast. So if you have any questions, if you need anything, you want to know, wait, slow down, I didn't quite get what you were saying. All you have to do is just ask, okay? Just go ahead and ask any questions down below and I will follow up with you and answer them. I'll look at the comments as well and answer those. So just let me know as you're here, let me know if it's your first time, okay? If this is your first time being here, put a number 1 and there is a link up above and that's StreamYard. And we want you to go ahead and click that because then I can see your comments, right? I can see who's here. Now, if you are here before and you've been here before, I want you to type pro in the comments, type the word pro down below so I know who my pros are, okay? And I've got some gifts because we're talking about making $1 million. One of the gifts that we're going to give you today, so stay tuned, is we're going to give you, because we talked about all the blocks that hold you back last week, we want to give you the 8 money blocks. That's a checklist. So you can have that if you want it. We have that today as well as a live training and some other things. So just type hashtag money if you want some of the giveaways that we have today, right? So what we're talking about today is that you have to keep the score so you can soar. And you need to know, what am I doing? Where am I in order to do it? And there's a reason. Trying to scale your business in a year to $1 million is very doable, but it's a long process. So we break it down into quadrants so that your brain can handle that. Little bite-sized pieces. Anybody can do something for about 90 days or 100 days, right? But trying to do something for 365 days nonstop is really hard. So what we do is we know we have to put it into a process for you. And so what we're talking about today is, what are the pieces that you have to focus on to have a 7-figure business? And these are the 4 pieces that you need to focus on. You have to focus on your targets, and you have to focus on your talent. You have to focus on your team, and you have to focus on your time. And if you can just keep those things in mind, you're going to be amazed at how simple it is, because all of this is really tied to this formula, right? You want to have a very clear purpose. What is your purpose about for your business? You need to have, in order to have a 7-figure business, you have to have the right people in place. The product is vital. You can have a great purpose. I want to help 100,000 people and I have a whole great team to do it with. But if your product sucks, quite frankly, your whole business is going to go down. If you don't know how to get a great product out there in the hands of the people, you're never going to make a profit. Okay. So when you look at this, this is how simple it is to make $1 million. And this is what we focused on, because when I got started, there was so much going on, right? I started before the pandemic, about 2 months before, and then it hit. And I actually did that scaling from 0 to 1.4 million in a pandemic, right? When we didn't even know. So let me give you an idea of timeline, why the timeline is so important for you. You've got to understand that it's going to take time to get to $1 million, but you have to look at it in smaller chunks. Think about this way, because you can't do something, the brain just won't let you do something that long. Think about a couple years ago, early 2020. What was happening then? We were told we were going to be in a lockdown for a couple weeks, right? You remember that? And then what did we do? We're like, oh, this is weird. This is not fun. Well, at least I get some time off, right? And like a couple weeks, no big deal. We could do that. And then they said, hey, you can't go outside. Well, a couple weeks, okay. Hey, you have to cover your face. Well, 2 or 3 weeks, no big deal. Okay. Hey, you have to stand 6 feet apart from everybody else. Hey, you can't get on a plane, right? All of these things. And how did they get people to comply? They got people to comply by giving a very short window, didn't they? I'll do that for a couple of weeks. But what happened? Now we get into 2021 and 2022. Now people are rebelling, aren't they? They're like, no more of this. No more of this. I want my freedom. I want this. Because you can't sustain the lie that long, right? You have to give people an end date. Like, this is going to happen in this period of time, right? So what we're talking about when you're building your $1 million business the way we did, the first thing we did is we looked at the first quadrant, the first little window. And the first little window that we had to hit, that milestone, was $50,000 a month. And that had to happen in 90 days. Okay. So here's what's going to happen. You set a milestone like that. Think about your business. Are you doing $50,000 a month right now? Give me a yes. If you are doing $50,000 a month, put 50K in the comments for me. Okay. 50K, put that in the comments. And if you're not, then there's some block there. Okay. And we want to remove the block. If you just got here, we do have some handouts and we have some giveaways that we're doing. One of them is the 8 money blocks. It's a checklist and it goes along with this training and something else that I'm going to show you in a minute. If you want those, like if you're not at the $50,000 a year mark right now, just type in #money. And my concierge is Angie, and Angie will get those to you. Okay. We're double teaming Angie's. We sort of like the names that begin with A for awesome. So we do have an awesome team. All you have to do is type #money, and my team will follow up with you, ask you if that's what you wanted, make sure we got the right thing for you, because I got 2 gifts for you today. And then we'll go ahead and get it to you. So check on your DM, please answer them. If you don't answer them, they can't send it to you. All right. So they're going to need to know your email address to get that to you. Okay, so you understand now you have to break it down into chunks, because I couldn't just say I'm going to do $1 million and that's it. My goal, my birthday's in October, and I wanted to hit my $1 million mark by October. And so I had 10 months basically, right? I did it in 9.5. Instead of hitting $1 million, we did 1.4 million, of $400,000 over our goal. Why? Because we broke it down into chunks. Now my brain couldn't imagine 1.4 million from 0. But I could imagine $50,000 a month. Can you imagine $50,000 a month, right? What would that be? So every 2 weeks, you get $25,000, $13,500 in your bank account every Friday. That's not a bad gig. How many of you would just love to have $13,000 in a month? Now imagine having $13,500 every single week. That is what we're talking about. See, your brain can handle that. But if I said, imagine having $83,333 a month, you're like, well, that's too, well, I can't even get there. Okay. So how did we start? We started by chunking it down. That was the number one thing. Right now, all of this that you're going to see is really around a consciousness, a mindset that had to change, coming from 0, coming from following 2 coaches that had me follow these methodologies to the T, and went backwards $120,000 plus the $40,000 in coaching. I had a huge deficit. I had to get out of that. My mindset was pretty trashed when I started. My belief, my doubt in the toilet, right? It was awful, but I had no choice. Anybody have their back against the wall sometimes? So it's like, I have got to get something working. Maybe you're looking right now. We're about to go into the second half of the year. The second half. Have you hit your goals every month? Or are you behind? And how far are you behind? Now imagine, what if just next month you hit 50,000, right? What if by the end of summer you had an extra $50,000 in your bank account? Wouldn't that free you up? Okay. So in order to do that, you need to start with these chunks that we're talking about. And that's why I'm showing you these are the 4 puzzle pieces that you need to solve. And you need to make sure that everything you set up will pass the stress test. Okay. Because it is not easy. It's just simple getting to $1 million. Okay. So if you trust me that it's simple, 4 steps, that's it. Don't complicate it. It will work for you. And so what are these 4 steps? Okay. When you look at those things, that target is your purpose. Do you know exactly what you're going to do? Well, this is the one offer that you're going to have. You just need one of each of these things, not a whole bunch. If you have multiple offers, I want you to type hashtag call down below, hashtag call, and we can streamline that for you and tell you which is the right offer, or maybe even how to combine it into one offer. Okay. So the next thing is that you need one group of people where you have to have the right people. You've got to have the right talent. And you're going to be in one spot, not in a whole bunch of spots, one spot. Okay. So you have one offer in one spot. And the next thing is you have one meeting. You're going to have one day, one time where you're going to give your offer out there. And guess what? It's not going to be one person at a time. It's going to be leveraged. If you don't leverage it, that's why it's called a meeting, not a one-on-one, right? If you're not going to leverage it, you're not going to hit the $1 million mark. And this was key for us. And then the 1 year mark, you have to focus on a year and get your profit condensed with speed in 1 year. Sure, I could have done all of that and taken 5 years, but that's only $250,000 a year. That's only in California with our taxes. That's like $25,000 a year in taxes, right? So you need to go fast, and that compounding will help you scale a lot faster, okay? Because you'll get rid of all of the excess. So let's take a look at those targets. What did we do with these targets? Okay, so target number 1. If you're looking at the targets, what does that mean? You're focused on your purpose, and you have to have absolute clarity on what you're doing. If you don't have absolute clarity, you can't move forward. You just can't. You will slow down, just like driving a car in the fog. You're going to have one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake. And so these are the 3 elements of the targets. You have to have absolute clarity about your authority. How are you the number 1 person in your niche? And how do you have a unique formula? Okay. SOAR, our SOAR formula is 100,000% unique. Nobody has this. Nobody can. It's trademarked. It's patented. It's proprietary. You can't steal it if you wanted to. Even if you could, it would not work for you. Do you have something like that nobody can have, copy, duplicate, whatever? Okay. And then you have to be absolutely clear on your avatar. I'm not saying your niche. People are always worried about their niche, but you've got to be clear on the avatar, and you have to know what you solve and what you deliver. Can you deliver the outcome that they want? This is where a lot of people get it wrong. They're so focused on their notoriety, and they forget about their clients. They think the client should pay attention to them. No, you got to pay attention to your avatar. And then you have to have absolute clarity on your arithmetic, right? Let's go back to the math, because if you don't know what your targets are, if you don't know the math of your business and how you have to hit these numbers and what you have to do, and if you don't know your market, you are going to fail. So those are the 3 keys under those targets, okay? You have to know your targets for your authority, your avatar, and your arithmetic. When you know those, you have clarity, okay? And of course, we're going to show you all the stuff and all the numbers and all the metrics, and we give all the charts and all that kind of stuff, right? So you don't have to do it. All the templates, everything is always there and provided for you. Okay. So the next thing that you have to do, and I hope I'm not going too fast, but there's going to be 4 things that we're going to cover. And this is part 2 of our $1 million coaching consulting practice in a year, right? Without sacrificing your whole life. And if you do have some questions, definitely let us know. But if you want to call, okay, I'm happy to hop on a call and take a look at your 4 puzzle pieces. Okay. The other thing I want to let you guys know for being here, because we're talking about a millionaire year, right? A millionaire business. The foundation, you're going to see one of these in every single puzzle piece, is having the right consciousness, having the right mindset. Now, meaning that you can't bring the old you forward. You're going to have a change. And that's the part that's hard. It's not the business part, it's the mindset part. How many of you know you have a little bit of a sucky mindset? Right? If you do, we can fix that for you. This is what I'm going to give you guys so that you can go get all of this. Okay. And you'll have the full training. Just type #money down below and I'll explain everything that's in there in a second. But I just want you guys to know, if you just got here and you missed it, this is what you want to do first, is just type #money. Okay. If you do nothing, obviously I like the comments and give me some hearts and loves and all of that. Okay. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that I'm not the only one here on a Tuesday. This is the last week of May, guys. So we have to really get focused, right? Now, we've gone through the targets. What is the next part that we have to focus on? Okay, so the next piece that you have to get focused on after you have clarity, you need to focus on your clients. Okay, and if you don't get the clients, this is where we're talking about the people. And do you have the right talent? You might have the talent within you, maybe not. Are you attracting the right clients? Are they exactly what you want? There's nothing worse than working so hard then you have a bad set of clients, right? So the 3 things you have to focus on here is the excellence. Okay, is what you're delivering to your clients, is it revolutionary? Is it something that they can't get everywhere else and they're like, it's going to change their world? That's what you need. Okay. And is it evolutionary? Like as they grow, it grows with them. Like you're not delivering old stuff. You're not just delivering a pre-formatted course that you made some videos on, if anything, or maybe you like, if you notice a lot of courses are just somebody with a Google sheet and they just talk for 45 minutes. That's not a course. That's just boring. It's not evolutionary. It's not revolutionary. You have to deliver excellence. And we show you exactly how to set that up without overwhelming you. Then you have to elevate them. Your clients have to be lifted up, right? You got to free their mind and free their time. If what you're giving them is making them work harder, they're not going to work. You're not going to get the results. And you have to empower them so that they exude confidence. And if what you do, they get wins and another win and another win and another win. And so they have the experience of victory over and over and over. Guess what? They're going to give you amazing testimonials and stories. And that's what you have right in that second step. So we outline all of that for you, give you the mind maps, the processes and everything. So you have that actual formula that you can do. Okay, is that making sense to you guys so far? Again, there's just 4 simple steps to make $1 million. This is what we did. And everything I did, I created systems and processes and SOPs and formulas and templates and checklists and cheat sheets and everything because I had to duplicate it, right? And in running 4 previous multi-million-dollar companies, I knew that's what you need to do. So I did it now so everybody can have a system that they can follow. If you don't have a system, right, you're not going to win, right? Because success requires systems. And in order to go fast, this is the key, right? Everybody wants to go fast, but there's a speed paradox in making $1 million in a year. And you can't do it slow, okay? You do have to go fast because going fast will eliminate all the things that are going to slow you down. All the junk, all the distractions are going to disappear. And there's this paradox when people go, well, I just want it all really fast. Give it to me right now, right now, right now. Anybody like that? And what do? People then fall for tactics. They try and do tactics. I need a lead strategy. I need an ad strategy. I need a going live strategy. And they're not talking, tactics, right? They're just looking for one little piece. But you need the whole thing. You need a strategy. So on the speed side, like if that speed is a continuum, right? From slow to fast and slow is on the left, that's tactics. People who are those instant gratification, shiny object people, they're only doing tactics. And guess what? They'll stall out halfway through. They will run out of steam because tactics don't take you there. But if you start with a strategy, okay, and that will get you all the way there. That's how you go fast because you have an underlying strategy that's built around speed, okay? So is that making sense? Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense, because everything I'm showing you right now is how do you get and keep a 7-figure business, because you can get there, but what if you fall right back down? What if you just had one big launch and that was it, and now you got nothing the next year? Okay, this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about a sustainable, steady business that is going to last and last and last. Now, this third part of the puzzle, please write these down, because I want you to tell me which piece of the puzzle are you missing. How would you score yourself on a scale of 1 to 5? How are you as far as the talents? And let me show you the four pieces again, right? These are the 4 puzzle pieces. Do you, on a scale of 1 to 5, do you know all your targets? On a scale of 1 to 5, do you have the talent, the 3 parts of the talent lined up? And now let's talk about team, okay? So let's take a look at the team. Here are the 3 parts of team that you need. Why do you need team? Team is where the cash flow comes in, okay? And in order to have this is what we focused on. This is where most people fall apart. Most people get the first 2 okay, but they can't get the cash to keep flowing. So what do you have to have? You have to have 3 things. You have to have star staff. You have to have an amazing team. I just got the coolest message today, and one of our stellar clients said, "Oh my God, Connie, I just have to tell you, Angie is absolutely amazing. She's doing such an incredible job with us. I'm impressed how you built that kind of team." And that's what she wants to model. So what we do is we make sure we hire brilliantly, right? And leadership comes first. You can't just hire people and say, go figure it out. No, you've got to lead them. You've got to be a leader yourself. Most people fall down with that because they don't know how to lead. They've been in a job and employee all their time, right? Now you have to have sales mastery. No, you can't say, oh, I don't like sales. I don't want to be salesy. And okay, that's baby talk, right? That's not going to take you to $1 million. It's not even going to take you to 100,000, quite frankly. You have to grow up and understand what sales really is. I know this is tough talk. So you got to up level your systems on sales and understand that it's not something slimy, spammy, sleazy, or whatever. Okay. And it has to be tailored to your team, and it has to be tailored to your audience. And then the third thing that you need is you need systems to soar. And those systems have to have 2 things, or you might as well just hang it up. You have to have absolute simplicity, and you have to have universality, meaning that system should work everywhere. Okay. It should work in all your systems. You don't want to have something that you have all these pieces all over the place and none of the systems work. And so what we make sure is that everything is there, whether it's your leads, your offers, your pricing, your sales, all of that builds up the appreciation of your assets and your revenue. Okay. So is that making sense so far? Okay. We covered 3 out of 4 puzzle pieces on how you get to 7 figures. Now, this is the most important one. Okay. Oh, we save the best for last, they say, right? Now, you can work and you can work and you can work and you can work, and you must take a break. You got to take a break, okay? At some point, you have to take a break. And so I'm going to show you, again, I want to make sure that you understand this is all about how are you thinking? What are you doing? Now, if you do want to book a call, if you're looking at, wait, I need to fix my puzzle pieces, I will do a 10-minute fix with you, okay? And so what we do on a 10-minute fix is we just hop on the call for about 10 minutes, ask you rapid fire a bunch of questions to figure out what you've got going on so that we can give you a rapid fire answer, okay? So by the end of that 10-minute call, we're going to give you an answer, a fix for what your problem is, okay? So you can't find a doctor's office in the world that's going to give you a 10-minute fix, but we are going to do that for you here, okay? So if you want a 10-minute fix and figure out which of my puzzle pieces do I need to work on, right? I just want you to look at the score. How can you score yourself on a scale of 1 to 5 for that? Now, if you do want to hop on a call with us, I do want to let you know that we'll give you an awesome tool, our 342 headlines that sell, because you got to have really good copywriting. You just don't want to have to do it yourself. I've written 2 books, going on 3 this summer. So you don't have to have a book written in order to get attraction in the marketplace, but you do need those leads. You need it on the stick. And so when you do hit callconnie.com or just #call, I want to give you all 342 headlines. It's all templated. It's all formatted. All you have to do is pop in a word. It's super cool, super easy. It'll last you forever. It works in your emails, everything. Okay. So let's go on to the final one. And as I was saying, the last one, the last puzzle piece is this one, the orange one, and that's time. How many of you keep saying in the day, I don't have enough time. I don't know where I'm going to do that. How am I going to find the time? who can I hire to help me with my time? I'm running out of time. I'm pressed up against time, right? We all do that, okay? And I want to let you guys know that time doesn't actually exist. Time really is an illusion. It's a construct of the mind. I'm a geek. I have a PhD in advanced theoretical physics, and I study that stuff. In fact, next week we're going to study the science of success, and I'm going to show you. I know it's going to sound really weird, but I'm going to show you the physics and the laws of physics behind success, and I'm also going to show you some geometric math principles on why it works. And if you just follow simple principles, right, it's going to take you to $1 million in a year or less. So all you have to do is eliminate, right? Everybody's in a world of distraction, right? And overwhelm and overload. And ours is a belief of addition and subtraction, right? Add in the right things, remove the wrong things, and you will get there. One of the things that I have for you guys today is I want you to get the full Millionaire Mindset series, because we talked last week about why you're not at $1 million. What is holding you back? And there's only 4 possible solutions of what's holding you back, okay? And so what I want to do is give you access to this. And this is the whole mindset series, right? Now, obviously, I have some very in-depth programs on the mind and completely revolutionizing everything about your mind. If you want more details on that, it's called a Mind Mastery Program. But this is where you need right now, because you just need a quick flip of the switch in your brain, right? And what this does, I don't know if you guys can read it all. We'll put the sign up later in the group. And you're going to get the Millionaire Mindset book that I wrote. You're going to get the reflective journal. You're going to get the live training. Okay. And it's a live training that I did. It's about 35 minutes. I'm going really into how do you elevate to a millionaire mindset consciousness. We're going to give you the Millionaire Truth Talk. That's really fun, really cool stuff. We'll give you 25 brain boosters. We're going to give you the 8 money blocks checklist and the 8 money blocks training. And that's also another 35-minute training. And then there's a 4-part live 1 hour. So it's a total of 4 hours of training to fix your money blocks. Live training again, completely interactive. All of it's there. I think that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think that's like 8 different pieces. Okay. So it's an 8-part thing, and you get the full training. Everything is included. And if you want that, all you have to do is type #money. Okay. #money. If you want that, and our concierges will follow up with you. You have to make sure you keep an eye out on your messaging. And we will get them. If you know how to reach your concierge directly, just send them a message. If you've got our phone numbers, you can call us too. But that whole system is a value of $19.97. So if you do want that, just type #money down below, and we can get you that and get you the link, and you can go into that entire membership site and you can have it. So give me a heart, give me a thumbs up if you like it, if you want it. If you're driving and you can't type #money, just click the little heart and the love and the buttons, and we will make sure we get that to you, because everything is about these blocks, right? These are all what we call our sore blocks, right? And these are the only things that can block you, but these are also the things that will free you. You just have to know how to use them right. You have to know which of these blocks is holding you back. And if you don't know, you're going to keep running south, right? When you should be headed north. Or you're going to keep running east looking for a sunset, right? You're going to overcomplicate things, right? I'm going to give you a quick little test. So while you're here, a really quick little test. I want you, okay, to scratch your right ear. Go ahead and scratch your right ear. Everybody do it. Go ahead. I'm not going to tell. Just go do it. Scratch your right ear. This is my test. Okay. Let me ask you this. Did you scratch your right ear with your left hand? No. You scratch your right ear with your right hand, right? Super simple. Okay. That's how simple it is. But what are people doing? Everybody's overcomplicating it, right? And that's why I say some people are trying to scratch their right ear with their left hand, and they're missing the boat. They're not getting there. And you're wondering, why is it taking me so long? Why do I feel like I'm going up and down? This is why. Okay. So if you want that 10-minute fix, if you want a call and figure out how do I do that? How do I not scratch my ear the wrong way? we can give you the quiz. Super simple. If you want to get the book, you can get the book. We've got a membership site. The book has all of these formulas in it as well. You can get it on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. You can go to ConnieScavella.com/soar if you want the book and to get all that. And then we have a bonus in there, ConnieScavella.com/bonus, and you can get into our SOAR membership. And it's 100% free. You can get everything and all the stuff in the book and everything. But there's a quiz that is not in the book. Okay. And so if you want to take the quiz and want to figure out which is my block, then all you have to do is write #quiz and we will get you that quiz. And then you'll know right away. Okay. Because once you know, then you know how to go forward. All right. So let's look at that last puzzle piece. Okay. And that's time. Right. And this is where people get hung up. And this is where we excel. Why? Because we only focus on speed. Having owned a racing company in my past, that's what I look at is how do you do everything super fast and super well? Okay, you can't be on a racetrack in Daytona and go super fast and be horrible. You'll crash, right? So a lot of people do like a blitz scaling. They just go fast for no reason other than to speed, but everything falls apart. We do the opposite. We just go fast and win. Simple, right? Right? Keep it simple, Scavella. All right. So the time, now this is where you're going to have the connection. Okay. And so there's 3 R's. Okay. Like R and R and R. And so you've got to take the rest after building and building and building and getting that cash flow and getting the clarity and the focus and the momentum. Right? This is freedom time. Okay. And this is where you can connect to the things that matter. And so you want to have the rest where you have your own solitude, you have your own self-reflection. How many people don't give themselves enough time? Right? And you always put everybody else first. Well, we build in that rest. Okay. That's the way I do it. There's only 3 days a week that I work. Okay. And 2 of them are focused completely on not producing anything, only receiving, right? And giving myself that solitude time and being of service. Who do you need to service? Is it your family, your friends, your community, philanthropy? What do you want to give out, right? That's when you feel that connection. You feel most complete. That's where, like, I have big philanthropic ambitions. Some of you like, oh, I want to help all these people. That's when you do it. Okay. So you want to have that time. But in order to hit $1 million, you also have to have the other R, and you have to spend some time on your ROI, and you have to look at your business, and you have to get your numbers right, and you have to figure out what's the next thing I need to do to scale up or to scale back. Okay. Where do I need to push? And where do I need to retreat? What things aren't working, what things are. And you can't do that without looking at your numbers, your OKRs, and all of that. We do a lot on OKRs. We have whole systems set up and whole dashboards so you can actually figure out exactly what to do. And that's why we succeeded, because I knew where we were at the whole time. I wasn't driving without a map. Okay. And then the Renaissance, you need a Renaissance. Okay. So it's like your renewal. How do I go forward? What am I doing? I've had my rest. I know where I am. I know my numbers. I know what I'm going to do now. And then what is my plan, right? What is the next evolution of myself and my business? So you're going to look at where am I going to be doing startups and where am I going to do stretch outs? Like maybe there's new verticals that you want to go into, or maybe your expansion is actually internal and you're going to stretch out your team and go wide. And that's what we did. We had to look at, okay, how do you do it and which one comes first? Because honestly, you cannot do both at the same time. You can't do the scale up and the stretch out at the same time. Okay, that won't work. So that's why we use something called singularity. And that's one of the laws of physics we're going to talk about next week at 5 o'clock on Tuesday. So you want to be here for that, okay? Because now that I've shown you the blocks, and those are all around the mindset of everything, right? Now, today we're talking about the process, right? What is the actual formula that you have to use to have $1 million? And if you follow the formula, just like a recipe, a 4-part recipe, okay? That's it. Don't add other things, okay? Do it in order and it will work. So this is the order. This is the formula. This is how everything is built in, right? This is the S, the O, the A, and the R. And with each one, everything is broken into the quadrants. You see all these quadrants, right? So you know exactly what you're doing at what point, and when you need to scale up and when you need to start up and when you need to stretch out, right? Everything is part of a formula. Okay. So if you're wondering, well, how come I don't have all this? Why isn't my business that organized? That's okay, right? What we focus on, this is the bottom line here of what you need. Okay. You need a daily method of optimization. How are you going to optimize your business? And as you can see on this image here, clarity is the key. You've got to be clear and you've got to knock out all of these shiny objects. I know you got them, right? You're here because something is missing, but you've probably been somewhere else on Friday, someone else somewhere else this morning. You probably went to other couple shows last week, and you're still not moving forward. Okay, all you're doing is piling on, and what we're saying is take it off. Okay, we want to crush all shiny objects, and we want to give you absolute clarity and a strategy to move forward. Okay, so if you're thinking, I don't have that, I don't have optimization. Okay, and you really do need that. You need a clear flight plan to follow. Okay, and so what we always like to do is we like to talk to you and say, what are you doing now? And let's give you a clear flight plan. Let's give you a strategy to follow. And that strategy is going to be that 4-part strategy. So, would you love a strategy like that, right? Because it's really that simple. There's going to be 4 things that you need to focus on to figure out if you can answer these questions. You can have a 7-figure business. Okay. You just want to make sure that you have a sound principle, sound strategies. So, here's what you want to do. Okay. These are the 4 things you really have to figure out. Do you have it? Do you have the it factor, right? That it factor being you, being your offer. Is it iconic? Is it premium? Is it revolutionary and evolutionary? Is it all that? Is it the it factor that nobody else has, right? There you go. Find a SOAR formula out there. 4 parts. Works on your mind, works on your business. Exactly the same thing. Works with your sales, works with your team, works with your hiring, works with everything. If you have one formula that works for every aspect of your business, do you have it? If not, you got to have one. Okay. Does it work? Does it give results? Right? Not vanity metrics. You need result metrics. All right. And is it easy? Or are you trying to overcomplicate it just to look smart? So is it so easy that you can do what? That you can go fast, right? Is it fast? Those are the 4 things that you need to figure out. Do you have all of that? Do you have the it factor? Does it work? What you have, does it really work? Okay. Is it not copycatted? And is it easy? And is it fast? That's it. If you got all that, you should be at $1 million. Okay. But you only can get there quadrant by quadrant, right? So that's why we're saying if you need to get to that $50,000 a month, if you're not there yet, then what we say is take the quiz. Okay. Just type #quiz. And we can look in 10 minutes and say, we know exactly why you're not there. It's super obvious to us. We've been doing this for decades, and my team are trained SOAR technologists, so they know exactly what to do as I do, right? And some of our clients are becoming SOAR technologists so that they can help you as well in their business. So that's the 4 parts, right? That's the formula to get to 7 figures. And now next week, we're going to show you the science on why it works and why it sticks and why it lasts. Okay. So if you're tired of starting and stopping and starting and stopping, okay, then you need to come here next week for part 3. And that's how we're going to end May. Okay. And we're going to start June with something super cool. But we have to give you the science, right? If you don't know why this works, you're just thinking, she's just full of hype. And I'm going to show you scientifically why this is no hype. You really can make $1 million in a year. So I want to thank you for being here. Come back and make sure that you either get your quiz. Okay, just type #quiz. And if you want to know what's your block, what is the piece of the puzzle that is missing for you, we're going to help you out with that. And if you would like our giveaways, right, which includes the checklist and it includes the live trainings on your blocks, plus all the other mindset training that we showed you here. And it's an 8-part bonus. All you have to do is type #money. So we'll see you next week. Have a great day.